Alright guys, welcome back. This is part 4 of my Akai MPC Studio tutorial for beginners series. And if you're just tuning in, no worries, but go on back and make sure that you watch the previous video so you can follow along here without any problem. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. This way you get notified when I drop new tutorials. Alright, so let's begin. To get started, we're going to move down to where it says track 1, and we're going to add a track. So we're going to turn our jog wheel here, and now we got track 2. And then we're going to move over to our program type and change it to plugin. Now mine defaults to the hybrid plugin. That's a setting you can change in your preferences menu. And for this tutorial I'm going to leave the hybrid selected. And if you want to change your plugin, all you got to do is go over to where it says hybrid and just start turning the knob, and then it'll load up some other stuff. Okay, so now we're going to press main to go back to our main window. And when you press the pads, if you're using the hybrid, you're going to hear some static. Well, what's that? It's not playing the sound. Yes, it is. It's just really low on the keyboard, so we need to move it up. So to do that, we're going to use our pad bank buttons. It's going to move us up the keyboard. And if you need to get higher than that, you can just hold down shift and then press pad A, and so on and so forth. Alright, so now that we have our plugin selected, whatever one you picked, it's fine, it's only a tutorial. As you can hear, we're laid out chromatically, starting in the key of E and going up the keyboard. Now, one thing I love about the MPC software is that there is a chord and scale mode. This allows us to basically have a cheat code for music theory within the software. So to access that, we're going to click the pad assign button. And now it's going to, yours should probably default to where it says notes here. And as you can see right here, we're in the scale of, well actually we're in the key of A, and the scale is pentatonic minor. Now I'm going to change that to natural minor because I actually like that scale a little better. We're kind of high up. Let's go down. Okay, I like that scale. And one thing also is that when you're in this window, you don't have to use the pad bank buttons anymore. You now have octave buttons right here that'll take you up and down real easy. Alright, so now that I have the scale I want and the key that I want locked in, I want to add chords. So to do that, I'm going to click progression, the F4 button, and that picks a chord progression. What is a chord progression? A chord progression is basically a series of chords that's laid out in a way that's harmonically correct. Basically notes that make sense. So now that we have their chord set called Gospel Godly selected, I'm gonna use that, man. I'm gonna use that. I like that. So here we go. There we go. Alright, so you heard I bricked on the first time around, but no worries, we love undo. We go back, erase it, start over, and booyah, we're good. So now that we have our chords dropped, we're going to go back to our main menu, our main window, because what I want to do is I want to add some notes to fill in the gaps. So to do that, I'm going to put them on a separate track. So I'm going to go up, go to track 3, and now I'm going to use this same plugin. Now, the problem with using the same plugin is if I change the plugin on track 2, it's going to change the plugin sound for track 3. So actually, let me demonstrate for you how we're going to add another plugin. So right now we're going to go to our program, and you see how it says plugin 1? Well, so we want to click the window button right here, and now we just want to add a new instance of this plugin. So now by clicking new, it's saying new name. You can change and edit these things. I'm just going to leave it with what it says right here and click do it. And so now we have another instance of the hybrid loaded, And if I do change plugin on track 2, it's not going to affect the one that's on track 3. Alright, so now, as you can see, we're not laid out in the scale we were before. That's because we have to now go back because we've exited that. So we go back, and here we go. So I want to click here to go back to the notes. And I'm just going to fill it in with a couple of notes here. Alright, perfect. So there's one other thing I wanted to show you guys while we were doing this, and that is how to browse your patches from the Studio controller. Now, as you may or may have not noticed, we haven't even really looked at the software, and that's, one thing I wanted to drive home with this is that even though it's not standalone, you can do so much without even looking at the software. So that really makes this thing such a great machine. But anyway, so I'm going to show you guys how to browse patches. So to do that, we're going to go down here, go down to Plugin Hybrid, then we're going to click Window. And that's going to pull up our presets. Now you can turn on AutoSelect, and every time you turn the knob, every preset that's selected is going to load, or you can load them manually. Now one thing I do want to add to this is that while you can do it this way, there are no narrowing options, at least that I'm aware of. So that can be kind of a drag because, as you know, you may have like thousands of presets in here, and it could take you forever to load all of those. So this is where I will advise you to look at the software to make this part of the process go a little bit smoother. So to pull up your plugin in the software, if you're looking at your computer screen, where you see it says on the left hand side, it'll say plugin, the plugin's name, mine says hybrid, and to the right of that there's a small little box with a small arrow pointed to the top right corner. Click that little icon of that box, and that's going to open up your plugin on your computer screen. And I suggest you doing it that way. This way you don't sit here and spend hours doing it like this. So now I'm going to go back to the main screen, and then one more thing I wanted to share with you guys before I end this video, and that is how to extend the beat, because we only got 2 bars here, and let's say we want to make it longer. So to do that, we're going to edit our sequence. So we're going to go over here, sequence, edit, and it gives us our options here. So we want to copy bars. So that 3 right there means we're going to press pad 3, and then all we got to do is press merge. And now our beat is twice in length with all of our notes in our sequence playing after the second bar ends. Alright guys, well at this time I want to thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, you know what to do. Be sure to click the like button and drop a comment. And definitely stay tuned because I got more MPC Studio beginner videos coming real soon. Alright, take care y'all. Peace.